Yes. Welcome, guys. Here's your host, your only host, Tone Away, here to say, welcome back to the show. If you guys are new, please like and subscribe to my show. If you feel the need to share this, please do. Furthermore, we're going to get into the updated things that this was 2 days ago. So, that said, we got updates for the Batman. We got updates for Punisher's back, for Daredevil Reborn. And on top of that, we got Scream 7 and like other reports more from this dude because I've been slacking a little bit. And so he's gonna inform us what's gonna be that is going to like foretell us, like he's gonna explain what's going on, and I'm gonna do some reaction videos next. So let's get it.
And peeps, thank you so much for clicking on an episode of Side Flick. My name is Chris. Let's dive into some movie news. A couple of things we're going to be discussing here today, guys, is we now know when the Batman Part 2 will start filming. We'll also be touching upon some of those set photos with Joaquin Phoenix on the set of Joker 2.
Also, I'm writing down notes.
Got some reports coming in about Scream 7 already being greenlit. Really, that along with so much more. So you guys know the drill. Leave me your...
I didn't know there was a Scream... I didn't know there was a 7th one going to be in the works. But, let's continue.
Opinions down below with everything we discuss here today. Timestamps will be in the description so you can support the movie that did the week. We got a major update on the upcoming Alien reboot movie. This is the movie that Disney's going to be working on now that they bought out Fox and will be releasing it straight to Hulu. It's going to be directed by Fed Alvarez, which is the part that has me most excited, and well, we got the whole cast kind of announced. Really isn't filled with that many too familiar faces. I think the star that most stands out to me is Isabella Merced, but
I'm weak. Let me look. Yeah, I don't recognize many faces from here, so let's continue.
Filled with that many too familiar faces, I think the star that most stands out to me is Isabella Merced. But it wasn't just the cast, also, we finally have an official plot synopsis to what we can expect this movie to be like. It currently goes as, in this 9th entry in the immensely popular and enduring film series, a group of young people on a distant world find themselves in a confrontation with the most terrifying life form in the universe. That might seem pretty plain and simple and sets up a regular random alien movie in the long lineup of alien films, but that seems pretty intriguing to me. I know there's still people out there really upset that they're not going to continue off the Ridley Scott movies. I was definitely enjoying what was going on there and intrigued with some of the background involved with the xenomorphs, but I've been saying, very much like Predator, this franchise needs to go back to its horror roots, needs to go back smaller scale, reinvent itself, and slowly work its way back up to something grander, kind of like what Prey is doing. So with these details here, it's even an interesting take on the alien world, because it's not going to be set on planet Earth, it's on a distant world. Don't forget, in the alien universe, they're traveling planet to planet. They had these spaceship truck drivers delivering goods and whatnot, and they'd get attacked by an alien life form. This time, that alien life form is coming to a planet we're not that familiar with. So one, what is that world even gonna look like? Is it gonna have a futuristic feel, or is it just gonna look exactly like Earth, but it's not Earth? Either way, count me extremely interested in this so far. I like the idea and sound of it. Let's just see if they pull it off. And whether they even go through with putting this on Hulu, man. Because they didn't realize how much of a winner they had with Prey. And I bet they regret not releasing that in theaters. So this is where I throw it off to you guys. How do you feel about the cast, the sound of the plot, and whether this will end up on Hulu? Or maybe they'll give it a chance to go to theaters. And well, speaking of a movie that's definitely going to theaters, because it is getting wildly great reviews, John Wick 4. Critics and members of the press were able to check out John Wick 4, and some of these reactions are getting me really excited for this this film. A couple of the reactions go, I had reservations about John Wick Chapter 4's nearly 3-hour runtime, but the movie earns it. It's an epic with smart pacing that never lets the action feel exhausting, and the set pieces are phenomenal. Great cast of series newcomers, but Donnie Yen is the MVP. Another one goes here, John Wick's Chapter 4 pushes the envelope in the action genre as we know it. The cast is stacked and the fight scenes are dynamic. After 4 movies, you think there'd be some fatigue. This is not the case. You'll just have to see it for yourself. Another one here, mesmerizing action sequences, stunning cinematography, and Keanu Reeves at his best. John Wick 4 delivers an adrenaline-fueled cinematic experience that is simply unmatched. It's safe to say that it's the pinnacle of the franchise, a must-watch for all action movie enthusiasts. Oh man, I was already looking forward to John Wick 4, but with those rave reactions coming out the theater, I need to see this movie. But even with that said,
What do you guys think? If you guys don't know who John Wick is, I need you to go find that movie, and I need you to go find it. Those who do know what John Wick is, go watch the movie Nobody, okay? Yeah, I'm putting my finger in my fucking face. Yes, I am. Go watch Nobody if you guys like John Wick. Even those who have seen Nobody, go watch John Wick. So that said,
I had my reservations with the 4th movie, or even more continuing on, because the 3rd film, while I had a lot of fun with it and I really liked it, I have to say, by the end of that movie, I was like, man, they are pushing the length of these action sequences where it's so much, you start to go numb to some of these cool scenes. I was also starting to feel like, man, John Wick is just invincible. The man can never be beaten. I mean, in the last movie, he fell like 3 stories to a concrete floor and survived that fall. I was starting to think, I guess I just gotta treat this like Fast and Furious and enjoy the dumb fun ride, but it's good to know they're not going dumb fun. They're trying to keep this exhilarating and action-packed in an innovative way. The only, bad thing I've heard about the movie so far is, one, the length, the 3 hours. Some people say they don't feel it at all and that it breezes by. But the other complaint I'm hearing here from a couple of people, and again, I don't know the exact context because I want to be surprised when I see this, is that the end is apparently controversial. The end of the movie will have a lot of us talking, a lot of us loving it or hating it. Not the entire movie, just specifically something at the end of it. Wonder what that could be. But this is where I throw it off to you guys. You hear these great John Wick 4 reactions. Does this make you excited for the movie? Are you still on board with the John Wick train? Anything you would like them to improve on in this franchise? Would love to hear from you guys down below. Bringing us here to...
I would like to see Sisu. Method. So when I say that, Sisu, what I mean is I want them to throw a grenade and just toss it in forehead. Just boom. I just want to see that happen and just I don't know. I want to see the disrespect of a simple thing, and it just be turning out of proportion. It's out of pocket. I just want something out of pocket and disrespectful. It's wow, you really got killed by a hot dog and it got stabbed in your eye. So I mean something like that. But the landmine being tossed at that soldier's head in Sisu, go watch that video, what I'm talking about, because that was disrespectful. But continue.
Talk about some DC for a little bit. You guys might have started seeing set photos and set videos of Joaquin Phoenix on the streets of LA filming Joker 2. It's even been some confusing set photos because you can see Joaquin Phoenix in some smudged up Joker makeup standing to someone else directly wearing the makeup and suit he had in the first Joker film. When we look at even some of these set videos that have been released online, he's running away from people dressed as Joker. That's where you've had the fuel of theories among amongst fans, you know. Are they replicating the 3 Joker storyline from the comics? I don't really think so. Some have pointed out how the clothing from these 2 Jokers resembles the clothing that Joaquin Phoenix wore in the first movie. So could this be all in his head or part of a musical sequence where we get a state of mind of what's currently going on in Joker's head? Or what I think the likely theory is just the cult members he's inspired from the end of his last movie, breaking him out of Arkham Asylum, and maybe Arthur just isn't ready for that kind of attention or to lead them, so he's just trying to run away from them. We won't really know till we watch the movie, but it's definitely an intriguing aspect, and it's still wild to see this movie actually get filmed. For the longest time, I really didn't think they'd make a sequel. I thought we'd have that one and done movie and we'd move on. So my interest is definitely peaked, but this is why I throw it off to you guys. You see these Joker 2 set photos, what can you kind of make out? And
from what my perception of this is, it could be a dream. It could be, like you said, 3 Jokers kind of going on. It could be just a hallucination, and he's just imagining this whole thing, possibly.
Speculate what's going on here, as well as your excitement level for this movie. Another DC property set in a completely different universe, Robert Pattinson's The Batman, directed by Matt Reeves. Still unbelievably hyped for the second part of this story. The Batman is still my favorite Batman movie of them all. I am dying to jump back into that world, that Gotham City, that Bruce Wayne, see what's going on and who the next villain could be, and it looks like it's gonna be happening a little bit sooner than we thought. Thanks to an executive producer who works on the Batman movies, they decided to take to Instagram and let us know when they're gonna start production on this thing. Thanks to their Instagram post that is still currently up, they're not deleting it yet, they have it here that the Batman Part 2 is going to start production on November 23rd of this year. And if anyone who's been on my channel long enough knows, when production starts and cameras eventually start rolling, we're going to get set photos, we're going to get details, we're going to know who the villain of Part 2 is going to be, because that's what I'm waiting to hear on. The villain of Part 2 is either going to make or break the Batman Part 2 for me, or at least Mike's.
I feel like the next character that should be, like, you know, the next villain, I feel like Scarecrow. That's one. I just myself. Another one, I feel like Scarecrow would be a really good one since we saw the Riddler. I don't want the Joker, even though we got that deleted scene. Get Deadshot, Slade. What is this, like, younger Bruce Wayne? Firefly. Bane, perhaps. Mr. Freeze, if I did not say that one. We already have Catwoman. We already seen that. We already seen the Penguin. Let's see. Man-Bat. It's a character. That's an actual character. I'm trying to, like, stay in the realm. Clayface. I mean, not Clayface. Two-Face. That's another one. I'm just trying to, like, stick with characters that are human characters ish. Maybe Poison Ivy. I haven't seen a Poison Ivy, but I mean, it could work out as far as that. Calendar Man, perhaps. But hey, I'm just stretching.
Excitement level for this movie, because, like, nothing has been set in stone yet, but I think a lot of the fans want someone like Mr. Freeze as the main villain for Part 2. That's who I would, like, jump up and down if they announced that. And then there was even, like, some rumors or random reports going out there that Matt Reeves might just want to use Hush as the main villain for the Batman. And look, I know Hush has an interesting story in the comics and it could definitely be a good villain. It just wouldn't be one that I'd be, like, jumping up and down for in this movie. If he was, like, a side villain, sure, and then we have, like, a bigger fish in there, I'd be hyped. But if it was just Hush in there, I'd kind of be like, oh, Really? And I guess while we're talking about Batman, it's also worth pointing out that The Penguin with Colin Farrell, his HBO TV series, is currently being filmed in New York, where they have even gotten set photos of him in costume. He's even gone ahead and gotten repaired his car that the Batman crashed in the movie. That's just kind of cool to see.
That's a fire-ass car, I'm not gonna lie. The Penguin, he fire, I'm not gonna lie. What the fuck? If I knew that was his car, and it was looking like fire.
Pointed out, Robert Pattinson is also in New York during the filming of this show. Heavily rumored that the Batman will make some sort of appearance in maybe 1 or 2 episodes. I think that would be amazing. So yeah, the Batman universe is still running strong, and I just can't wait to find out more details in a couple of months. Your guys' thoughts on the Batman starting production later this year, and who do you predict will be the villain or villains of the film? Now, if we want to talk about things I'm jumping up and down about, it's definitely Scream 6, y'all. This is the week a lot of you awesome people are gonna get to witness Scream 6, and I'm so excited for you. I saw the movie last Friday. I will be able to finally post my review Wednesday, March 8th, which is tomorrow, if you're watching this video the day it's posted. Got so many thoughts to share about this movie, but before I can do that for you guys, we are getting reports that Scream 7 has been greenlit and that it will be filmed this year. Now, as badly as I want this to be true, as of right now, we have to take it with a grain of salt. This is only coming from one source right now, which is a website called Screen Geek. They are having the exclusive on it and are reporting it with their own source, where they say, "We've received news."
No ad.
Since our launch in 2019, we have received tens of thousands of requests.
Not right now.
From our sources that a follow-up to Scream 6 has been officially greenlit. The tentatively titled Scream 7 is being prepared to shoot this year. It looks like the studio hopes to have this film shot and released as quickly as its predecessor. And like I said, this source to me is kind of wonky, okay? It's not one I usually trust or even have a track record to know how reliable they are. If anything, this kind of smells like a case of something obvious they know is going to be happen and announced, so that when it does, this website can say, "Look, boys, we called it. We's a scooping party here." Even more so with the red carpet premiere of Scream 6 happening, where...
Ooh, who's this fine lady right here where I am? Jesus. Hello. How you doing, girl? My name is Tone, you know? Tone the way, because I'm the way of you. I don't know what I'm saying. Woo! Anyway, it's a large cast, by the way. Pretty large cast. But, continue.
The cast looked absolutely fabulous. You do have the Radio Silence team, Matt Opland and Tyler Gillette, answering a question about their thoughts on Scream 7, where they say,
"Is there a Scream 7 idea out there?"
I mean, we hope. We want to be watching Scream movies whether we're involved or not for the rest of our lives, you know?
If it were up to you, the idea is to continue the franchise.
Yeah. We're so happy it's back. We're so happy it's back.
So yeah, while I still am not ready to say it's 100% confirmed and that Scream 7 is greenlit, it looks like a 99% chance it will be happening, even more so with Scream 6 looking to hold the record for the franchise in terms of box office opening. And again, without saying too much, the only thing I was thinking after Scream 6 ended was, I want to see more. I need this story to continue. I don't know. This is stuff we'll have to wait and see after Scream 6 releases, but this is the current state we got right now. How many of y'all have your tickets for Scream 6? Bringing us here to an update on the Daredevil Disney Plus series that I just got so happy about. The Hollywood Reporter is confirming that Jon Bernthal is returning as the Punisher for Daredevil Born Again. I think the Daredevil series is the most excited I've been for a Disney Plus series ever since maybe like WandaVision or Loki. The quality of the shows have seriously gone up and down, and maybe with a little bit of Marvel fatigue, I'm just like kind of in the waiting game to see if something looks really good or not. But hearing my boy the Punisher, Jon Bernthal, is going to be coming back for this 18 episode series, no word if he's going to be in all 18 episodes, but still, if he's even in 3 or 4 of those, I am so happy. He was by far one of the best parts of season 2, or just the entire run of the Daredevil show on Netflix. A lot of those dialogue scenes between Daredevil and Punisher there work so well, and don't even get me started on that jail scene where I thought they did the Punisher so perfect. But I do have my reservations, man, because this is Daredevil on Disney Plus. They've talked about the tone is going to be different. This show is not going to be exactly like the Netflix one. And well, Punisher is one of those rare characters where I could say you can only really do him rated R. If you water him down, PG-13 him, it's not really the Punisher. So I'm curious to see at all how far Disney lets us take that wild side of the Punisher. And well, also, with it being on Disney, he's going to give him that white boot, the white belt. They're going to give him such a nice outfit. At least that's what they've done so far with all the other Marvel characters on Disney Plus. There is, though, like a sad bit of news involved with this that does cause some intrigue with the show. In this same Hollywood Reporter article, they mentioned that the characters of Foggy and Karen might not make an appearance in this show. It's unclear whether those roles will be recasted by different actors or they'll just be absent from whatever story they're telling in this series. I've seen some people say, oh, maybe the show doesn't take place in New York, you know, it could be in San Francisco like some of the comic runs. Well, the show is being entirely filmed in New York, so that'd be really weird for them to do that, have a show filmed in New York but then not set in New York. We'll have to wait and see, but I'm telling you right now, Punisher being in it, that's all I needed to know, man. Let me know what you guys think about this Daredevil news and whether this gets you excited for the show. But that is all the movie news we currently have going on right now, guys. I want to thank you so much for taking time out of your day to watch me talk some movie news.
Then.
Don't be forgetting to hit that like button, subscribe.
Alright, and that is the show of that. Furthermore, we are going to hop on to the next video, which is not that, but we are going to the next video we're going to react to, which is Paint. Further ado,